Cody. What's the interview?
Hello!
Hello everyone.
This is my little sister.
Hi there, I'm Christina. Nice to meet you.
And I am the...
And you are my older sister,
Yeah.
Diana.
And we're here today to share different experiences from different perspectives. We got my little sister, she's currently a student, a pharmacy student, and I am practicing law, so I'm going to try to recall back in the times how it was to be a student, and we got the
future.
Okay, so the first question. So what we thought is to give different ways of approaching university. So I'm going to try to kind of advise myself back in the times how it was and what I should be avoiding. But it's very different when you are, you know, from a safety net and saying, oh, it would be better if 5 years ago I was doing it that way.
Yeah.
And you're actually experiencing now all the stress and everything you have to go through by really advising yourself how to, you know, how to do better, how not to procrastinate, how to get better grades, or how to enhance
How
your CV.
to cooperate with the whole stressing environment and uni, and you know, some of your viewers might already know what the struggles are, so I can relate.
I can relate as well. It hasn't been that long.
Well, yeah,
It's been about 5 years.
it's been long.
Okay, so you're currently studying pharmacy. This is your second year.
Yes.
And she's also a great dancer.
That's irrelevant. Let's go. Yes, I am a second year pharmacy student. Yes. But yeah.
Okay, so what would you advise yourself to do better? Like, what would be your 3 tips that you would advise yourself to do better at university? With your 2 years of experience, of course.
2 years of experience. Even though we're talking about university, I would say that health comes first.
Yeah.
So like, if you're healthy and you're okay, I mean, that's the most important thing, and then you can have even better outcome. Well,
Yeah,
instead
definitely.
of like just feeling really like mentally or physically really hurt and just trying to pull off the university. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Second tip would be like, working hard always
And
get
party
paid
harder.
off. Yeah. that's another section. But yeah, sometimes you need to entertain yourself, you need the clubbing and stuff. That's actually the 4th point of my
Okay.
Yeah. But we're getting there, yeah. So my second point basically is that hard working always gets paid off. So if you just encourage yourself every day and just be like, you worked hard, you can do this, and just being positive, I think that's one of the most major tips.
But is it possible to maintain your positivity throughout the way? I know that it's not possible because we're talking sometimes, and it's
sometimes it's just like
lose your positivity.
you lose your positivity.
Yeah.
But I guess that's why you have your family and friends and like your sisters and brothers, and like that's why I feel like that's their job in your life, to give you love and support in those states where you just feel really like when you feel like it's hopeless. Where I've been there, and I had this personal
I was crying.
experience.
I cried a few times during my studies.
Yeah,
When
I'm crying every time I fail. Like, yeah, so I mean, like, sometimes like failure, it's positive and negative at the same time. It's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
So it's a bad thing because you feel like you can't do it at that moment when you realize you failed. But it's a good thing at the same time, because actually failure makes you even stronger and you actually get better results.
The problem is at that time when you experience that, you don't feel it that way. You
Yeah,
just
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like you're losing your whole work. For example, you haven't I don't know, it's like the essay could have been better,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, oh my god, you know, it's just right now you were sitting on this
Yeah.
sofa and she had to submit an essay and she was
Yeah.
like mumbling, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god, what's the percentage?
Because I did had quite like a failure before, like a test we had. So I was crying to mom and I was like, oh mom, I failed, blah blah blah. But like there wasn't even a pass or not for that test.
A shout out
That's
to
the
all the
thing.
mothers out there for all your patience and your time. Respect, thank you.
Someday you will be a mother too.
Someday you will be a mother
No,
too.
I have so many years for that. But yeah, and like it's just that after that test I was like, I felt so hopeless. I was like, do I really like, you know, those kind of questions that all students, I'm guessing they like, oh, is this the course that I really want to do it? Can I do it? And like, and you feel just like you're losing your hope. But then that failure and those people around it that really embrace you and they give you love, they're like, no, you can do it. Since
And-
like you've came this far, and they're like, you can do it, and you find the hope again, kind of, even though it's a slight bit.
Do you know what I remember now? We
Yeah.
were sitting here and then she asked me this question, you know, what do you want to be in 10 years time? Where do you see yourself?
Oh, yeah.
It was like a random question. I was like typing my emails, doing some work, and then she was submitting an essay, and then we're having a wonderful cup of tea, and she was like, what do you want to do, Diana, in 10 years time? So I responded to her what I wanted to respond.
Without a second, like she was just firm and so quick response. I was like, wow, okay.
So that is knowing what I want to do. And then I said, okay, what do you see yourself in 10 years time? And she was like, I don't know where I want to see myself in 10 years time. But to get to the point where I know what I want to be in 10 years time, I had to go through the process of what you are now. It's kind of discovering your options and listening carefully and reading a lot, and it's a process of growing and self-growth and inner understanding and really getting out there and speak to people, but also reading. Moment of silence.
Yes. That's your thing, that's why.
Can I just also add that
Yes.
it will, it will come to an end. All these beautiful times that you mentioned now, and you're thinking it's endless, I'm there, it's never going to finish, oh my god, this is a mammoth task, a gigantic project that I've taken
where experience talks.
to undertake this university, where I'm going to, where is this leading me, and you know, it will come to an end, and it will be all beautiful memories. Now there is a question whether we do need to go to university. Is that necessary?
Well, I wouldn't say that not going to university, that means that you're not normal or something. I mean, university is a option, I guess.
It's
for
an
the
option, and there's so many other people out there that decide to go and work and get real-time experience.
And there's so many other ways that you can actually educate yourself without even paying. For example, going to the library and just reading a whole bunch of books.
Or traveling, you know, traveling,
Even traveling. Traveling is about surviving and experiences stuff that actually in university sometimes you can't experience. And that's one of my main goals in life. So travel, people. It's so good.
So university in isolation, it's not, how can I say it? It's not a complete experience itself. It's about going to university, but at the same time combining into this experience other experiences such as traveling, such as clubbing. It doesn't have to be clubbing, it could be anything. You could be loving exhibitions, you could be loving, I really enjoy going to the operas, going to the theatres.
I've never gone.
I went travelling, I carry on going travelling. Something that Christina wants to do.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Let's continue.
So what I was saying is that it will come to an end, and you will look back and make the most out of this time. Make the most, because it is a dedicated time of you studying, and it doesn't have to be just studying. You may be taking this time to build a business, a startup. That's again, it's a university itself. It may fail, it may succeed, but it is wonderful experience that you're embarking. So really, university, it is the reflection of kind of dedicating time of your life, of experiencing to its full capacity their growth, your inner growth, failures, successes, and really making them part of your life and understanding them and embracing them.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything you want to add?
Oh yeah, I want to add my third point. So my third point would be Mm, it's something that, like, I think is kind of related to uni. So
Okay.
if you want to have a successful life, for everyone is different. Success.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
defined different. It's
yeah.
subjective. Yes.
So my third point would be to love ourselves, because like mental world, I think is one of the most important thing of a human being, to actually be in good terms with themselves, and they actually like present an even better like presentation in many tasks
Yeah.
in life. So like it's just that inner peace. It just makes the whole human body and brain just even like more functional and more successful, let's say, again, because it's defined differently for different people. So yeah, it's really deep though, as in
It's
section.
Of course, it's deep, and I feel that you have to learn. You will go through a lot of things throughout your university. I've been through. My little sister's been through, and it's not just about the studies itself. It's about interpersonal skills. It's your relationship with the other people, the relationship, your love relationship that you have with the opposite or the same sex. Depending on what your sexual orientation is, and it's about discovering it and remain truthful to who you are, and not to damage yourself through this process. And it's a big journey. It's a very big journey.
It is. Until now, we're still like
We're
we're still trying to love ourselves and just being in better terms with ourselves and just accept ourselves as we are, with our flaws and with our benefits, and you know. But yeah, I was wondering, what are your 3 tips you had in uni?
I kind of added them throughout your 3 tips, so it's been it's blended together.
That's nice.
So you said the third, that's your 3 tips, yeah? So the first one was so we got the third one, which is love yourself.
No, that was the third one.
The third one, yes.
Yeah. The second one was work hard always gets paid off, and the first one was to health. Just be healthy.
Yeah. Oh, and I would also add the fourth one. It's extracurriculum activities, means get out of your university and do things. Explore the area. If you're in a different country, explore the country. Travel, go outside. Go to exhibitions, museums, meet with people, random people, speak to them, and don't get trapped into this technology just by watching YouTube itself. Do you know what I mean? It's important.
The safe zone. Get out and
the safe zone. Yeah, just
be risky.
Just go out there and speak to people. Sometimes it's nice. You can go and sit in a cafeteria and have a cup of coffee, and you can talk and exchange views.
Yeah,
I've done that quite a few times, and I found it very, very refreshing.
You like it. I mean, you have it. I mean, like, I'm not that confident yet to go out to a random person and just say hi there.
I don't do it that way.
Well, no, you don't do it that way. That's
you haven't. You need to be open. If you're open, your channels are open into meeting people, you will somehow attract it accordingly. But if you're not willing to accommodate such an experience, then you won't really attract it. So it depends on how willing you are to attract those experiences. Those are the tips that we got from the elder and the younger sister. We are both in our respective fields, law and pharmacy, and we do pursue other activities. For me personally, it's about yoga classes, exercising, extreme sports. And my little sister here, she's all about, and she's an amazing thumbs up. She's an amazing dancer.
Yeah.
She knows how to move. And she does have her own YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, I do have. But I post most of my dance videos in my Instagram.
So I will leave her Instagram as well for you
should
to
put the link.
I will put the link here.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
I just want to say that it's all about, like, I don't know what to say. I'm missing words.
You're missing words.
Yeah.
Okay, I can add what you're trying to say. Is that we got the after we finish and then why we're studying, and then we're both saying the same thing. So that means something. That comes from two people from two different parts of their life, and we're agreeing that those three main points is about, of course, working hard, but first of all, being healthy and loving yourself. Those are the three main components in order to construe a healthy university life, not just university, even if you're embarking into different kind of experiences, really maintain the trilogy of those things into your heart. And if you've gotten close to your heart, it will be pure and it will remain faithful to who you are.
I got my heart. Yeah, and if you have 3 different tips, if you're a uni student or a working person, you could just comment down below and just let Diana know and me what are your 3 top tips. Yeah.
Yes, we would love to hear from you. Any tips, any recommendations that you have, any struggles, any successes, please feel free to share them with us. And do you got? Oh, by the way, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.
My sister told me I need to say that.